What's going on, everyone? So it is looking more and more likely, every day, it just feels more and more likely that Trae Young is probably going to be the guy that lands on the Lakers. I have said this for a while now, that I just believe Trae's going to end up being the guy. There's just so much smoke. We've had guys like Kendrick Perkins just point blank basically say, I can't say the name, but, and then everything he describes is literally Trae Young. It just makes too much sense right now. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the idea of Trae Young. I'm not even really big on the idea of Trae Young. However, if the Lakers can land him, they're going to. Lakers don't really care what I think. Lakers don't really care what anyone else thinks. If they believe that this is the answer for not only now to raise the ceiling, but also long term, they're going to get it done. Now, if we didn't have LeBron, I would say go get Trae, right? Like if LeBron retired or left this offseason, right? And you could go get Trae, fine, go get it. Because Trae and Anthony Davis do make a world of sense, right? Trae and his ability to make plays, right? I know people don't like him, but I feel like a lot of people try to paint him as this bum. It's not the case. Trae Young is a very good player. I just worry about the fit, and you have to build a very specific team around Trae. And can the Lakers do that? I don't know. We'll see. But, the idea is to kind of raise the ceiling now. It's why the Lakers want another star, right? They want another star because it raises the ceiling now, but then post LeBron, you have, whoever it is that, can ride with Anthony Davis as the stars of the future. But the more that things kind of keep coming out and shaping up, just all signs are pointing to Trae Young is going to be the only star option available, right? Donovan Mitchell, there was a report, made a video about it, that basically the Cleveland Cavaliers are never going to trade Donovan Mitchell to the Lakers. Now, again, go watch that video if you want more detail, but to kind of summarize real quick, I've always said from the beginning that Donovan Mitchell is a long shot. That basically it boils down to Donovan Mitchell being I only want to go to the Lakers. Donovan Mitchell basically has to do what Anthony Davis did, which is, you can trade for me. I can't stop you from trading for me. But as soon as you trade for me, right, I'm going to ride this year, and then I'm leaving to go to the Lakers. And the Lakers will figure it out. If they know Donovan Mitchell's coming, they'll figure it out to go get him and land him, right? But if he pushes that, what are the Cavs going to do? Because at that point, if he's I only want the Lakers, teams aren't going to offer the farm to go get him, right? So what, is Dan Gilbert really just going to let Donovan Mitchell walk and get nothing, and then he still ends up on the Lakers a year later? And it's what did that solve? Nothing. All it did was just set you back when you could have gotten a bunch of assets. Even if Donovan Mitchell, or even if Dan Gilbert doesn't like the Lakers' assets, there's still tradable assets, still picks and, young players that other teams might be interested in that you can maybe leverage to go trade or package together to go get another guy or whatever, right? So to me, it boils down to that. However, again, if any other teams want Donovan Mitchell, then if Miami's hey, we want Donovan Mitchell. If Donovan Mitchell is sure, Miami'd be fun, right? Me, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, let's go. Let's get it. Right? I get to play with Eric Spoelstra, let's go. Right? Then that's it. He's gone. And it's just okay, well, what's left? Right? Trae Young, his market is going to be incredibly limited. We already are getting reports that Brandon Ingram and all these other random guys are going to have a bigger market than Trae. And again, it's not the talent. It's how many teams need a point guard for one, and two, need a guy like Trae Young that is so on ball. I mean, most teams already have their young guard, right? Most of the teams already have their point guard, or they're already positioning to get one. Right? They already, whether it's through the draft or they have their guy that they drafted that they're growing and developing, right? So however you slice it, it's kind of there's very few teams, if any, that would actually want and need Trae Young, right? And again, that's not necessarily against Trae, but also the Lakers want a guy that is in his early 20s, right? Trae being 25, you look at all these teams. All the teams right now, you got Luka, you got Anthony Edwards, right? You have SGA, right? You have all these teams have that 20-something-year-old that is leading the charge, right? The Lakers don't have that. Their two stars are older, right? You got LeBron James, who's 70, and then you got Anthony Davis, right? Who, yes, he's still, he's on the good side of 30, but like, he's not another contract. By the time the contract's up, he's kind of getting towards the end, right? Like, so it's just, you need to get that guy that can potentially be that. Now, maybe the Lakers draft that guy, or, maybe that you luck out and sign somebody at some point, like whatever, right? Like, but realistically, it's like, if you have the opportunity to get it, do you want to run the risk? Now, I've said in the past, and again, I don't hate the idea of like, let's go get kind of those complementary pieces that make sense for now and the future, right? And then kind of trust that you're the Lakers and you're the brand, and if you build it, they will come, right? So, for example, just like, let's say we can get we'll just use the whole like DeJounte Murray, Jared Allen, right? If you could do that, then, like a star definitely probably comes. Because, I mean, let's say a Devin Booker, right? Again, just an example. Let's say it doesn't work out with Phoenix. Devin Booker's like, I'm getting out of here, right? Like, I'm leaving in free agency, right? Again, just an example. He could look at the landscape and it's like, okay, LeBron's retiring, LeBron's leaving. It's like, okay, well, the Lakers have DeJounte Murray, they have Jared Vanderbilt, Anthony Davis, and Jared Allen. Again, just all examples. Just want to clarify, right? Let's say that that's their core four guys, right? And then, they have Max Christie or whatever, right? But you could look at that and then go like, okay, I could just slot right into that. Like if you're like a guy like a Donovan Mitchell or Anthony Edwards in the future, right? You're just making up stuff, putting it out in the universe, right? But like, let's say, again, some star, whoever it is, they might look at it and go, man, I could slot right into that and let's go win a chip, right? So to me, it's kind of like I think there is a real argument of like, let's just build, shape, and mold this roster to where you can compete now for a championship. DeJounte Murray as like your third guy would be excellent, right? He can take pressure off of LeBron, take pressure off of Anthony Davis. Go get that other guy. Like, go get 2 or 3 guys that, you basically have now. And then when LeBron leaves, it's like, okay, now we have the position to where we have a roster that's already tailor-made for the next star. And now the next star is just coming and plugging in, and we're right back at it, baby, right? Like, that's kind of where I'm at. But I just think that the Lakers themselves, just look at the Lakers' history. That's what they do. They go get the big fish. They go star hunting, right? They love to go big game hunting. All right, let's go get the rifles and let's go get, right? Like, that's what the Lakers do. It's what they've always done. It's how they've won a large majority of their championships, if not all of them, right? Like, because you got to think Kareem, you got Shaq, you got, LeBron and AD, right? Like, it's just what they do. They just go and get that guy and trust that the stars will take you to the promised land. So if they can get Trae, I just believe they're going to get Trae. Because I think that they're going to be like, well, especially in today's NBA, right? When do you really see stars hit free agency? And actually explore, when was the last time a big star actually goes and signs somewhere else, right? In today's NBA, teams are so, they're so quick to just okay, he's showing any inclination, let's get rid of him, right? Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, right? Damian Lillard, right? All these teams, it's very rare, especially in today's league, where they just are letting guys go in free agency because they know, if we let them hit free agency, they're probably gone. Right, so chances are you would have to trade for that star, right? So the way that the Lakers are looking at it is we don't know when that other star is going to come and become available. But on top of that, it's okay, you go get that, let's say, whatever, I don't know, Devin Booker again. Let's use him as an example. Again, stick with him. Right, let's say Devin Booker does become available and he's available for trade. Lakers are so limited in assets that if a team like OKC is well, we would love, all of a sudden that's it. Devin Booker is at Oklahoma City Thunder, right? It's just, again, unless a player just kind of forces his way to the Lakers. But again, it's not as, we're no longer in that era where, like, the Lakers brand and name and Hollywood and the beach and the weather and the girls and the, like, all that does hold value still, right? There's a lot of players that, one, would just love to play for the Lakers, two, would love to, just every time we go through this cycle, right? Like, LeBron's going to leave and shortly after somebody else come. Kobe was gone. I mean, we had that like a 7 year stretch or whatever. But as soon as Kobe left, like literally 2 years later, LeBron came, right? So it's just like, you're going to get that next guy. But one, how long does it take? Two, do we have the assets to go get that guy? Where it's like, now you get a Trae Young, you get him, and then you figure it out. You can always trade him later, or you can always or he's a piece that even after him and, him and Anthony Davis era, he'd still be not even 30 yet. So like, you could go and, kind of build around him if he's kind of better and stuff. So it's just that every time we get this news, it's the news and then this news and then that news. It's like, okay, yes, none of these things are directly linked to Trae, but they all have an effect that like points to, like, the Donovan Mitchell news. It's like, okay, well, if Donovan Mitchell really is out of the equation for the Lakers, Trae Young, right? It's just kind of how it is. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Best question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Whatever they are, however they feel, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. Do you like Trae Young? Do you not like Trae Young? Let me know. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribed channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.